2020 is over for the Detroit Lions. 5-11. That's the record. They fall to the Vikings today, 37-35. It's time to go fix this thing.
In January of 2021, a blockbuster trade happened between the Detroit Lions and the Los Angeles Rams.
Matthew Stafford is traded from Detroit to Los Angeles. In return, the Detroit Lions got Jared Goff.
What?
A first-round pick.
What?
Another first-round pick.
What?
And a third-round pick.
What?
It's a bad trade for the Rams. Let me be very clear. Stafford makes them better right now. He's better than Goff. I'm not claiming Stafford's not better than Goff.
Stafford is a substantial upgrade over Jared Goff.
The Rams came out and said, it's not about winning the trade, okay? It's about winning the Super Bowl.
He played, and he played okay, but they said, no, we're not going to win a Super Bowl with this guy. We need more.
This goes to show you just how unhappy the Rams were with Jared Goff.
Even though Jared Goff will never admit it, those closest to him said that the trade hit him pretty hard.
They're all trying to be nice with each other, but Goff is unhappy with the way things ended here, of course.
But to be honest, it was I had no inclination of it. It came somewhat from left field when it happened. But again, things happen for a reason.
To say that it was perfectly handled on my end, I wouldn't be totally accurate in that.
Have a lot of great memories in here, a lot of tough ones too.
Matt Stafford is a sleeping giant in Detroit, where obviously the Lions have played more like pussycats.
But we also look at how awful the Detroit Lions organization has been.
There's three things that I think about with Jared Goff. He's tough, he's durable, and most importantly, he's a winner. He has won in this league. He knows how to win.
Tell us about the trade and how it unfolded for you.
Yeah, it was obviously a little bit of a shock at first, but when you come here and you learn about the place and you learn everything about it, you get to meet Coach Campbell and Coach Lynn and Coach Brunell and all these people. It's been really a blessing, and I'm really happy to be here. What I feel every day being here so far is how badly this city wants and needs to win, and wants and needs their football team to win. And
it's been fun though. I've enjoyed my time out here so far, and really got to know some of the people, and the weather's great. It's a lot of fun out here.
I think in my brief time here, I've learned about the city. I've learned about downtown. I've learned about the history of the city and how badly they want to win and how badly they want to win big games and do that at a high level. And I think I can bring that. Hopefully we can build a winner here together with Dan and Brad and obviously all the other pieces here. But it's a very exciting time for me, and I'm hoping the Lions fans are excited as well. But coming out here, the history of this organization is different. It's been around for so long. It's so deeply rooted in this community, and hard working, grit, perseverance. I think they'll see it on Sundays. I'll put everything I got into it, and hopefully come out with a lot of wins and be able to bring this place back to where they belong and win some games and make the city proud to be fans of the Lions again. That's all you can ask for as a player in this league, is to have guys that believe in you, have guys who want you, have guys who are excited about you. And people are so excited. We're so excited to put on a show for them this year and see what we can do. As I do, I want to be here, and I'm excited to be here.
Obviously, there is a culture shift that we are working on and trying to put one foot after another. And
it's all there. There's still a lot of hard work to be done, and that's the challenge I think is the most exciting is the hard work, and is how good it does feel to put that work in and to come out the other side as a winner. And we got to give them something to root for, and that's always been the thing around here, and we know it. I'm gonna give them everything I got every day.
You are now a Detroit Lion, a team that struggled to have playoff success. What do you want this city, this franchise, this organization to remember about Jared Goff?
I think I want them to remember, firstly, how I made everyone feel and how I made everyone better.
The Lions were in a complete rebuild from top to bottom. New owner, new GM, new head coach, and new quarterback. And to say their 2021 season was a struggle would be an understatement.
Dan and I had a lot of conversations, Brad and I had a lot of conversations, and just getting to know them and getting to feel comfortable and just trusting them and them trusting me, building that relationship.
They finished the season 3-13-1.
Looking back, there were some dark times in that 2021 year, and there were some dark times in that first year.
Yeah. But we knew it was going to be a hard road.
Yeah.
And we knew we were going to need some things to go our way in 21.
Hey man, it's going to be a lot of work. It's going to be a lot of hard work. It's going to be a lot of hard times potentially, and it gets hard, man. It gets really hard, and I don't think in the moment you realize how hard it is until you're kind of out of it.
And in Week 7, Jared Goff faced off against some familiar faces. And on top of all that, Matthew Stafford, with the Los Angeles Rams, won the Super Bowl.
Now they jumped that hurdle and won the Super Bowl without Goff.
Of course, there's, if I said it was easy, again, I'd be lying. It's hard, right? Of course, but.
And that's the way guys who are filling the stat sheet in regular seasons in Detroit Lion purgatory go somewhere else, get an opportunity amongst others in a team and an organization better equipped for you.
I think, first of all, I've got so much respect for Matthew and Sean and those guys, and being able to do it, like I mentioned, like I went and we didn't do it.
And that's the way you get a ring and put yourself right there to say, I'm a Pro Football Hall of Famer, which I believe Matthew Stafford officially became last night.
It was conflicting, right? Of course you want those guys to win it, but it's hard to watch, right? It is, I'd be lying if I said it wasn't, but we had our shot, we didn't do it. They had their shot this year and they got it done. And I'm happy for those guys.
Not only did Dan Campbell understand that he had to rebuild the team, he had to rebuild his quarterback as well.
But I think more than anything just gave him ownership and gave him confidence to really evolve. I feel like he needs to step up more than he has. He's somebody that, man, can keep everybody just on an even keel, keep them lined up, keep them focused, keep them, build them up with confidence, man. There's three things that I think about with Jared Goff. He's tough, he's durable, and most importantly, he's a winner. And that's just human nature, but I think he's handled it all well. I've liked his mannerisms. I like his command in the huddle, and I would say he's progressing right kind of where you want him to progress at this point. I expect that out of him. Look, he's played plenty of football, and he's been in all different types of environments. This guy's going to give us the ability to win games, and I love his quiet confidence. Listen, man, he's steady, he's reliable, he makes plays when you need him, and the guys love him. They respect him, and he's a leader. He's wired the right way. He's been through this. He's been to the big one.
The 2022 season started off a little rough. They started the season 1-6.
Last year, 1-6. What's going on in the locker room?
Yeah, it's the same. We kept showing up on Wednesday, and I think, to be a little bit more specific, I felt like we were playing good football in those first handful of games. We just couldn't get that play in the fourth quarter to win.
I think we were not playing bad football. I think if maybe fans didn't realize it, but people who are really watching the games, we were in every game. We were playing good ball. We were certainly scoring a bunch on offense. And so we were there. It was just, in that fourth quarter with 5 minutes left, we just wouldn't make that play. We wouldn't make that throw, that catch, that play on defense, whatever it may be.
But then halfway through, a shift happened.
We knew as soon as we made that one play, whatever that was, it happened to be in the Packers game late in that game, we got that win. It's like, okay, now we can go. And we won the Chicago game, then the Giants game, and so on and so forth. But
there's no magic pill. It was just a culmination of kind of learning how to win.
Early in the year, you got the Eagles close, right?
Close.
There's a ton of other games that you played close, right? And then
Seattle by 3, lost to Minnesota on a field goal.
And the Lions started winning games that they would normally lose.
I really truly believe that teams either find ways to win the game or you find ways to lose the game.
And I can't wait to hear about what it was or what the moment was that really turned things around. But this man is the coach of the brand new Lions, winning 5 out of the last 6, beating the shit out of teams, putting games away, getting bounces in the middle of games, which never used to happen for the Detroit Lions.
This last year, being able to play well and have our team have, a little bit of success that we didn't have has made that, kind of experience that, that was hard, really hard, make it worthwhile. And
I didn't know when it was going to turn, but I knew it would turn.
Those little things, weren't happening before, and then they started to happen more and more often, and then you get the W and you go, okay, there it is. And
your culture now is taking over. Your team is starting to win the games that the Detroit Lions never would have won.
How do we go from losing games at the very last second for years and years and years to all of a sudden, decades. Thank you. And all of a sudden, now we're the brand new Lions, and now we're winning those games, finishing those games, and dominating opponents. What happened?
It'll turn, and you just got to stay consistent with what you do, and you got to understand the tweaks you got to make. And But as far as losing faith, I never lost faith in these coaches or these players.
Getting that feeling, especially for the young guys here, of making that play late in the game to kind of seal it, to finish it, to push one more yard to finish the game, I think was the difference.
As a team that was 1-6, they're now 7-7, and their only loss was a heartbreaker at the buzzer against Buffalo.
Man, nobody wants to play them. I'm telling you that right now, and you're right. How many teams 1-6? They end up folding. We're punting on the season. Fire the coach. Not one time did that team flinch.
They're not scared of the moment. This whole football team is not scared of any moment.
And I think once we did it once, it was like a light bulb went off, certainly for a lot of the younger guys, of like, oh, okay, like this is when those plays happen. This is when I have to really dial it in that much more.
I am having more fun as a Lions fan than I ever have in my life.
What normally happens with bad football teams is that they find ways to lose games, and we've seen that from the Detroit Lions, especially in recent history. But when you watch this team down the stretch of this season, they're finding ways to win games. Their quarterback, Jared Goff, does one thing very good. He gets through progressions, 1 to 2 to 3. So everything is built off of that. They marry things in their offense, and the team that now, even emotionally and mentally, when they get in those late game moments, believe that they can win, and that belief is the start.
This is the brand
New Lions. A team that started 1-6, ended the season 9-8, and almost made the playoffs.
As it was, we didn't get in. And the whole point is to get into the tournament, and not just get in, is to know once you get in that you're there to compete and make waves, not limp in. And so to me, that's what everything that we're doing is for and about. And what we started 3 years ago is to have a team that's ready to go in and bang away with the big boys in the tournament. And so that's where the goal and the vision is.
We got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of work to do to continue to get better. And I always think in the league, we play in, it's about runs. Like, how do you get on winning streaks and how do you get off of losing streaks? And we were on winning streaks last year. We had a couple of them. We won 3 in a row, and it doesn't mean we're going to start on a winning streak this year.
Right.
And like knowing that, we have to kind of find a way to grasp that momentum again and get on a winning streak.
There's a different feeling in Detroit, and they're a team to be reckoned with.
You think you have time, but you don't.
Yep.
You think you got time. You think you got, oh no, we'll get another chance at this. No, you got to go right now, and we got to go fast.
I feel like we're in a place now where we can really go out and compete and try to beat you guys in this year and get the division title. And so yeah,
whoop that ass. Yeah. Sounds
good. It's been a fun. It's been a challenging 2.5, 3 years, but very rewarding and something I'm really proud of where we're at right now.
Coming in now this year, it's just so much more comfortable. Feeling good about everything. Me and Dan have a good thing going, and me and Ben have a good thing going, so it feels pretty good.
And then Jared Goff, who was jettisoned from the Los Angeles Rams, they needed Matthew Stafford even after Goff gets them in the Super Bowl because they don't feel they can beat Bill Belichick-led teams by only scoring 3 points, and it's Jared Goff's fault, has now taken a hold of this team and become a franchise quarterback. This isn't the same old Lions.
By the Lions, intercepted. Lions are going to win it. Lions are bringing the NFC North title back to Detroit.
3 years ago, you win 3 games in your first season. Describe to me this turnaround Detroit has had.
Yeah, it's hard to. It's a lot of hard work. Excuse me. A lot of hard work, and division champ feels good.
To be able to stand here as division champs, it's awesome, and it's just the beginning for us, but it's awesome.
Whenever you do something like what we just did, it's special. It don't matter, man. And it don't matter how many you win in a row, they're special. But I can tell you this, when you're part of the organization, and it's been 30 years since you won the championship, it's special, man. And these guys have been fucking dying for it and waiting for it, man. It's for you, baby. This first one's for you. The rest of you people. Well, man, enjoy, baby.
So under new management, the Detroit Lions, with Goff, went from a 2021 struggling season to a 2023 season that belongs in the Detroit Lions history books. And the first time in 30 years, the Detroit Lions won the division and were on their way to the playoffs. Take a guess at who they were playing against. On January 14th, 2024, in the wildcard round of the playoffs, Dan Campbell proved to Jared Goff that he believed in him against the team that didn't.
2 minutes to go. There's Goff back, looking, throws. It is caught. Amon-Ra St. Brown, first down. That's gonna do it. That's gonna do it. That's gonna do it. Jared Goff delivers against his former team.
And I tell you what, when your head coach believes in your ability to make that pass, all the things that Dan Campbell has done to build Jared Goff's confidence, when he came out in that moment, no, we're not running it twice and punting it. I'm putting it in my quarterback's hands. He's ready for that moment, and he got it done.
You stand up, Jared. Put those arms in the air. Put those arms in the air, 16. For the second time since 1957. For the first time since January 5th, 1992, these Detroit Lions are going to win a playoff game. There it goes! There it goes! There it goes!
I love everybody in here, man. We went through darkness and it shaped us. All right, it shaped us for this moment. I just say it like this. Hey, you're good enough for Detroit, Jay. Hey, I love and appreciate you guys more than you fucking know. I promise you that. I love you guys so fucking much. This is just the beginning, boys. This is just the fucking beginning. We got 3 more of these next week at home, at our place, against whoever the fuck wants to come in here. Let's go. Win on 3, 1, 2, 3, win!